Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Sunday morning, wherever you are. It's going to be beautiful, I hope, in some way, something. It's kind of cloudy and gray here, but it's beautiful and warm. As you know, I'm in Florida. So I wanted to jump on for what I hope is going to be sort of a quick one, but um, something came up for me last night and this morning, and I thought, well, if it's come up for me, it might be coming up for many of you. And that is possibly some confusion, maybe even for some trepidation. But what does the ascension really mean? What does that look like? Does that mean I have to die and leave my body and be parted from my loved ones? So I thought I would kind of go through and try to pull together what I have felt, picked up directly from my own guides and mentors and teachers, and also what others have channeled through other people to kind of get an idea. And as always, you need to make your own conclusions and choices of how you want to experience this and what's true and possible for you. Before I go on, please, again, click like, subscribe, share the video with your friends if you find it helpful. That way more people are able to find the video and my channel. And so I appreciate that. Also, I have an invitation for you at the end of this video as well. So ever since I was roughly 15 years old, which is when I started reading the Seth books by Jane Roberts, I understood very quickly that there was going to come a time, I guess I didn't really know it was going to be in my lifetime at that point, but Seth talked about a time when the earth would change and it would go into this extended, deep peace. I mean, for decades of thousands of years. And I realized, of course, later that he was talking about the ascension, the new earth. I also realized from what he taught me that every single thing that is, thing, situation, place, everything has other possible versions of itself. That's you and I each. There are many possible versions of ourselves, past, present, and future. The country has other versions of what it is, what it has been, what it's going to be. The planet, the same thing. Every situation where you've made a choice, all of your other choices are they play out, as Seth put it, somewhere. So all possibilities exist simultaneously in the infinite present. And so I put it together at the age of 15 that if there was going to be a time when the earth became the new earth in this piece, that there's a version in which it doesn't. And then, of course, my brain really went immediately to the apocalypse, that the Bible, I guess the Bible talks about, where two people are in the field and one either drops dead or just disappears out of their clothes and the other one is left standing there. And I thought that's it. That's what it's describing. It's describing a time when some of us choose to go the way of love and uplifting, cooperation, collaboration, the best for everybody, as if it's a we, and others that go the other way, which I call the knife fight mentality, but it's the limited resources, compete for resources, adversarial, enemies, that kind of thing, hatred, that all comes up on that side. It's the side that denies the love and the abundance and the joy and the creativity infinite that is the God consciousness that we are. So I've known that for a long time. So within this last few years, when everybody all of a sudden, you can't click on anything that's not talking about the ascension, I thought, well, now here it is. And of course, yes, here it is. And I am alive for it. Isn't that great? And you are. And so I understood both from my own inner knowing with my own inner guidance and from what I was hearing from the Arcturians, the non-physical, the 9D physical, non-physical Arcturians, as channeled, for instance, by Daniel Scranton. I love them. And they're my teachers and mentors personally now, just direct. And I know it. Maybe they always have, but now I know it. So, but the point is that I gleaned from all of that really what it looks like is those of us who choose the love, higher dimension, doing what's right for everybody, caring for everybody, will indeed move into inhabiting an earth that really is that way. And those that can't go there yet, because everybody eventually is there. I mean, they already are there. It's just right now where they're vibrating, we're not experiencing that part of them. Let's put it that way. That they would continue to experience the version of the earth that is based in that lack of resource, fear, separation, competition, conflict paradigm. And that's confirmed. I mean, Bashar talks about that we're right now in the place where everything's available and we get to choose. Do we want to go the love, cooperation, joy, creativity way? Do we want to choose the fear, separation, me against you, us against them mentality? And that we split and we each experience the version of the earth that we vibrate with. And so I've been very, very solid in that. Absolutely, just no question. I also know from those sources, and then also from Paul Salig's guides, who are also teaching the Ascension, and they talk about the fact, they call it the upper room. You know, it's another word perhaps for the fifth dimension, as some people would put it. The upper room, where it's an octave, where at the bottom of the octave you are full of love and light and acceptance and kindness and cooperation for people. And maybe you're not going around really thinking about it or understanding consciously exactly how we're creating our reality and all of the sort of metaphysics things that I've focused on my whole life, and probably you too. At the upper end of that upper room, the octave, he said, is the Christ consciousness. And that is, well, these are the Paul Salig's guides talking, that is the highest consciousness we can go into and still remain physical. And so I have it on good authority all over the place that you can stay in the physical and enjoy. In fact, a lot of them talk about enjoy being here. It's like create heaven on earth. That's what they're all saying. And so that I was absolutely solid in that. And I am now. And what I'll throw in there is I saw one or two YouTubes go by that talked about, 24% of the population will ascend. Okay, that makes sense. There's going to be a lot of people who are not ready yet to go into vibration for their own reasons, no judgment, who aren't ready to do that yet and let go of the old stories. I get that. And then last night, just real late before I went to bed, I clicked on, I think I've mentioned it before, the GFL station. There's a particular Arcturian personality that is channeled. His name is Layti, Layty, I believe, channeled by Jose Peta. Let me make sure I've got that right. Yeah, Jose Peta. And Layty's channeled messages are, I haven't listened to that many of them, but I've always liked them. So I listened to it, and in there, Laity, and the title of it is something about less than 50% will ascend. And okay, so far that's not new. So I click on it, and not that far into the video, Laity is saying something about 20 to 30% will ascend, and the others, because of free will and choice, that we're not going to be this collective light switch that everybody ascends immediately at the same time, that 20 to 30% will ascend. And here's what confused me for a moment, and that the rest would choose to and ascend and inhabit non-physical form, be done with the physical form, and the rest would choose to stay physical. Now, there's a couple ways you can hear that, and I was talking with my husband this morning, and we did hear it in two different ways. He heard it as in some will ascend and choose to leave, which is very obvious. You know, they've done what they came here to do in this lifetime, and they don't really need to be here for the rest. Others will ascend, and he took it rightly, and stay here in the physical. But for some reason, it hit my ear like either you ascend and you're not physical anymore, or you stay on earth and here you are still grappling. And I thought, no, I knew it wasn't correct, but I was kind of a little bothered by how it was sounding to me, maybe confused. And so I asked the Arcturian Council, the 90 Arcturian Council, for some clarification. Well, as often happens synchronistically, it came directly through another channeled message through Daniel Scranton, and it wasn't even from the Arcturians. But I'll read the sentence to you that just absolutely, listen to this sentence, these sentences. Everyone, these are the 12D, the 12th dimension creators. Everyone not only is capable of growth, but everyone is doing it. Because if they aren't, they must check out of this reality. This shift is happening, and only those who are willing to grow will stay and enjoy the rest of the ride. Now that's getting back to where I was with it, and I hope you are too, that we're here to actually experience the ascension and the uplifting of our awareness, our clairvoyance, our understanding, our ability to directly gift ourselves abundance and the joy, true authentic joy and satisfaction of a loving heart, and have that for everybody, and actually enjoy being here. Very honestly, after all the sort of struggle that many of us have dealt with for years, and for some of us decades, I don't want to leave the physical yet. I want to stay here and actually enjoy it from that highest part of the upper octave, the upper room, that I'm able, and enjoy co-creating and experiencing heaven on earth. That's also more in line with what Cryon, and I don't watch a lot of Cryon. I mean, Cryon's awesome, but I just don't. But Cryon, Lee Carroll channeled a message in which Cryon said, "Oh, many of you think you're done incarnating onto the planet, into the physical." And I'm paraphrasing, but not by much here, but you are so wrong, because you're going to want to be here once the ascension has happened and we're actually living in heaven on earth. You're going to want to be here because you can't even imagine how wonderful it is. So that's getting more to what I'm signing up for and what I'm vibrating with. But I just thought if I needed that clarification, maybe you or someone else out there sort of needed to get your head around that as well. The Arcturians, I do remember the Arcturians now saying one thing that I will also share. They said, enjoy this journey that you're on in the physical and the ascension. Enjoy being physical, because one day when you're not, you'll miss it. So I think we have wonderful, wonderful things to look forward to, you guys, all of us. Abundance, prosperity, light. There's just my inner sight has just been filled with light and abundance, not just money. Yes, money to do what you need to be satisfied and joyful, but just abundance of joy and creativity and well-being out of that knife fight paradigm that we've all been in for so long. So anyway, I thank you for tuning in today. My little rant there, and just to let you know, I will at 4 p.m. today, February 2nd, 2025, be doing a live Zoom call with members of my Patreon community. Don't go away yet, because you can attend for free. But it's going to be on staying in your soul's true, authentic satisfaction and purpose. And it'll be an hour-long talk. These are always a talk. I channel information to share with you and energies. We have questions and answers, more insights and more information and energies come out. I haven't had one yet where we don't have actually energetic shifts come in for us to accept. So I hope you'll join me. You can go to my Patreon page. I will put the link below. And we are doing a free 7-day trial. So if you sign up for the free trial, that includes automatic registration for this talk. And you'll receive a link to join us today at absolutely no charge, no obligation. Join us, see what you think. So thank you for watching, and have a most magical day. Bye-bye.